Ms. Walorski for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Gentlemen, thank you for your service. Thank you for being here today. I think that arguably the most important thing the federal government is working on right now is ensuring, and I'm an optimist, and listening to you this morning, I'm still optimistic that we're going to use the term when and not if when it comes to getting a vaccine shown through trials to be safe and effective, that we have manufacturing and distribution capabilities to go and get it across the nation quickly. I believe that. President Trump has already announced Operation Warp Speed to achieve the goal of delivering 300 million doses of an approved vaccine by January of 2021. It's leveraging the full strength of the public and private sectors, the partnerships that are there and becoming partnerships. Is unprecedented in this country, and I salute that. AstraZeneca told the Energy and Commerce Committee a few days ago that this deal with the federal government stipulates that it will sell 300 million doses to the government at no profit. Johnson & Johnson similarly said it'll provide its vaccine at a not-for-profit price. Other companies working on vaccines have also promised low prices. Dr. Fauci, between the promises for low prices and existing government programs that cover the cost of a vaccine, is it safe to say that every American will be able to get a vaccine once it's approved?
Given what you've mentioned, which I agree with, the promises of the company about hundreds of millions of doses, I believe ultimately over a period of time in 2021, if we have, and I think we will have, a safe and effective vaccine, that Americans will be able to get it. I don't think that we'll have everybody getting it immediately in the beginning. It probably will be phased in, and that's the reason why we have the committees to do the prioritization of who should get it first. But ultimately, within a reasonable period of time, the plans now allow for any American who needs a vaccine to get it within the year 2020.
Right, and that is the plan.
Right.
Staying on the topic of vaccines, Dr. Fauci, it's my understanding that Operation Warp Speed enabled clinical trials for the most promising vaccine candidates to be run simultaneously, which will get a vaccine to the market much faster than normal. My understanding from listening to you just a few minutes ago, we have eliminated no safety steps in the vaccine approval process, correct?
That is correct.
Correct.
That is correct.
Again, just to be clear, so the folks that are watching this are hearing this clearly, concisely, and truthfully from you. The FDA is not compromising safety standards in order to speed up vaccine process approval, correct?
Well, I would say it a different way.
Okay.
We at the NIH are doing the vaccine studies with the companies. The FDA will look at that data and on a science-based decision will make a determination as to the safety and efficacy and whether or not it will be approved. So the FDA is a science-based decision maker.
But as far as you know in that, I agree, but the FDA is not compromising safety standards. No way, no how. No way, no how is the FDA compromising safety standards.
No.
And their answers and their approvals are based on science.
Yeah. Historically, the FDA has based their decisions on science. They will do it this time also, I'm
I
certain.
appreciate it. Thanks for your assurances that we'll have a safe, affordable, and widely available vaccine for the American people. All of America is praying that one of these promising candidates comes through. That's why I'm so disappointed that we've seen some on the other side of the aisle speculate aloud that the administration might rush an unsafe vaccine to the market before the election to help President Trump politically. This irresponsible rhetoric only serves to plant irrational fears in the minds of Americans. I'm worried that enough of these types of attacks could result in people avoiding an approved vaccine when it does come to market, when it is available for Americans. Dr. Fauci, can you address this once and for all? Would the administration approve a vaccine that's not safe? And do you share my concern about the danger of undermining faith in the vaccine development process?
The Commissioner of FDA, Dr. Stephen Hahn, has assured me and has spoken publicly that he would make sure any decision on the part of the FDA will be based on sound scientific data proving the safety and the efficacy. He's told me that, and he's been very public about that. Given that, I think the American public should be assured that in the process of determining the safety and efficacy, the proper steps have been taken to determine that. And when a vaccine becomes available, it's important for their own health and for the health of the country to take that vaccine.
I appreciate that. Thank you, gentlemen. I can't let this moment pass without bringing to all of our attention again to the chairman that just last week the Justice Department indicted 2 Chinese nationals for hacking companies that are working on a vaccine. We sent a strong message to China this will not be tolerated. I'm glad the administration took action by naming and shaming those involved. as well as closing down a Chinese consulate that was a hub for intellectual property and trade secret theft. We must hold China accountable, Mr. Chairman. We have to. Mr. Chairman, before I close, can you commit to holding a hearing on the threat of Chinese espionage on vaccine products, vaccine producers? Mr. Chairman, whoever's sitting in for Mr. Chairman, will you promise me that we will hold a hearing on the threat of Chinese espionage on vaccine producers?
The chairman is not here to answer the question. You have a few seconds left. Your time has expired.
Mr. Chairman, this is a grave threat. For the record,
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, this is a grave threat to our country and the world. If China is
Ladies'
hacking
time
our companies, I
has
seriously
expired.
hope the chairman will take my recommendation. I yield back.
Thank you very much. I will now recognize myself for 5 minutes.